Welcome to Richloam. I'm Matt.
And I'm Randy.
And we're riding in Richloam today. We're gonna ride on Center Grade Road, North Grade Road, take a couple side trails. We're gonna go to the country store. We're gonna go see the Forestry Tower, and we should have a really good time today. We're going off-roading today, and with us we have
Dawn,
Erica.
Al,
Emma.
Matt
Randy.
behind the camera. Thank you. Randy's our main camera person, camera woman, who does all of our camera work. If you ever wonder where a lot of those shots come from, it's Randy trudging through the mud holes. But we're here to take a ride through Richloam. We're going to go down Center Grade Road. We're going to go up to North Grade Road. Depending on how dry it looks, we may take a little side trail that goes down the Withlacoochee. We're going to try to stay scratch free. We're going to try to stay kind of stock friendly-ish. And then we're going to stop at the Richloam General Store. Beyond the Richloam General Store is a forestry tower. We're going to stop and take a look at it. There's 2 historical markers that are there, and we're going to stop and find out who shot the sheriff. Stay tuned for a ride through Richloam. We'll see you on the trail. Let me tell you a little bit about Center Grade Road. There are multiple side trails off of this road. You can find plenty of maps, and even on Gaia GPS there's public routes that you can go in. Some of them may have holes that could get you in a little bit of trouble, but a lot of people come out here and they do a lot of hunting, and we just got passed by a ranger. So they do patrol this area, so you want to make sure that you're acting responsibly. Don't go out and tear everything up, because they're looking for people who are tearing stuff up, and they will ticket you. So make sure that you check with the Forestry Service to begin with, to make sure that where you're riding is okay. Well, it's not hunting season right now, so the roads are not quite as maintained through here. And sometimes at the beginning of this road, there gets to be quite a big pothole. And that pothole may be deeper than you think. Map yourself out a nice little route through here. Stop by the general store. Today, it's pretty dry, but the roads are definitely bumpy. So we're driving down Center Grade Road, and I stopped. I didn't stop for a snake, but you know what that means. It's time for What Kind of Scat Is That with Matt. We found a pile of poo sitting on the side of the road, and none of us can ID just what kind of critter this came from. So I'm gonna show you this pile of poo, and I want you to comment below, what kind of poop do you think that is? Well, I don't smell anything. Well, let me give you a description of it. It resembles big dog poop, but it's a little strung out instead of a pile. So whatever it was probably moving when it discharged its waste. It's got a lot of hair particles in it. It doesn't smell, but it looks awfully fresh. So comment below. Thanks for joining us. We'll see if we can find another pile of poo on this trail ride.
Thank you.
So the beginning of that Center Grade Road is kind of like a dirt road, and the dirt has a lot of potholes in it and bumps. Then you get to a lime rock road, which is a lot harder, but it still has some potholes. But as you can see, this portion of the road is a lot smoother and less bumpy than the dirt portion. This is what a lot of Richloam has that's great scenic riding. I'm still in 2-wheel drive. I'm not aired down, And most of these trails are very nice and easy for you to go exploring on. It's the side trails that are a whole different story. State of the trails for Richloam today, pretty dry. So we should have pretty easy passage almost everywhere we go. It might be a good time to explore some of those small side trails. To a lot of people, when you say Richloam, they think, I'm gonna need a snorkel. Yeah, there are a lot of places like that. But equally, there are a lot of places that are not like that. And today, we're gonna try to not sink our Jeep.
This is one of those side roads Matthew was talking about.
Did we go or no?
It's growing. Ruby down. It's slippery mud. Slickety slick.
So the Wanderer got stuck in the hole. Alfonso got stuck down inside that. It's a little bit deeper than it looks. Hey, what happened? He found a hole.
Yes.
I did.
We almost got stuck.
Oh, it doesn't count if you get out on your own. What was I saying about sink your Jeep at Richloam? Scratch that. What was I just saying? So now it's my turn to get recovered again. We're gonna try a kinetic rope to start with. And normally I can't even see the top of my Jeep.
As you can see, we're stuck.
I'm pretty framed out. Okay, watch out for that kinetic rope. Because
Oh, that's true. It could pop on you. Be careful.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that wasn't bad. Remember when I started this video and I was talking about a stockish kind of ride? Well, I just found a not so stockish hole. This is the thing about Richloam, is that when there is a lot of water here, you don't even see these things because they're underwater, and this is how you get sunk. But that was an easy pull out. Thank you for pulling me out. Back to two-wheel drive after
right,
one
so-
more hole.
Oh, okay.
So what'd you think of that little road?
It was
I love that Jeep,
interesting.
You got a little muddy.
That's okay.
Now who's the mud puppy?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
tell.
We miss Tim.
Tim, we miss you.
Yeah, I told you I sent you that link for that CJ7. Just needed a little bit of work. Stay to the trails that aren't managed roads. You can see that was a little wet, a little swampy. Be careful because the bypasses sometimes are more hazardous than just driving through the puddle in the middle. When I got stuck, that was a bypass. It looked perfectly good until I pulled off the road and then I just sunk. So a lot of this stuff, it looks like it's okay, but it might be a whole lot softer than you realize. And the consistency of this mud is pretty moist and it's very black, very much like peat that is in there. So if you're out here wheeling, don't go on these little side roads and try out those adventures unless you're fully equipped and ready. I am running 35-inch tires. They are mud terrains. I'm with some friends. We got a winch. We got recovery ropes, kinetic ropes, so we're good to do a little exploring on the side. But right now, we're heading down North Grade Road. We're gonna make our way, eventually, to the general store.
Okay, we're changing gears now. Yeah, it's not long enough.
Nope.
You don't want to do 2 recoveries.
No.
Want me to back up or you got it?
I got it.
You think you can get back and get enough?
If you get back in here, maybe just see
Just
what.
a little bit more.
Yeah, just don't pull.
Dame. Just follow. Lower your window and follow Matt.
Emma, be careful. Don't
I
stay
know.
where that thing
There,
is.
I got that. Here, can you pull forward a little?
Lower your window so we can tell you.
Little more.
A little bit more. Hopefully, how much is this though? Come on. A little bit, just a tiny bit.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah. Got it? All right.
Gentle pull. Start by getting it taut and then just try to pull one out.
Gonna have to pull from the back. It's also the reason why we have to have 2 tow points, one in the front and one in the rear.
All right.
Let's get out of the way.
Give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
Give a thumbs up when you're ready.
On the horn. He's ready. Close
Ready.
the windows. Close the windows.
Oh, this is real stuff.
Doing nothing? Nope. He just did
A little bit.
this time.
Here we go.
Here we go. There you go. There you go.
You got it. Woohoo! Yeah. Made it.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yes.
Want to try again?
We're providing a little excitement on the journey, that's
Yes,
all.
exactly.
You want to go again?
No,
37-inch tires, mud terrains, lockers. It's not even wet season. This is just a little taste of Richloam. Under wet season, you wouldn't even know that hole was there because some of these trails have very long water crossings. So it's a good time to be out here to kind of see what the holes are like. And if every now and then you don't give it a shot, you never know if you're gonna get stuck or not. Besides, y'all comment below. Do you like seeing people stuck? Or do you want us just to ride on normal trails? Comment below. So the little Withlacoochee River is a few hundred yards over there. If you look at the place where the trees are all green, that's where the river is. And there is roads that go down there, but that particular one is marked road closed. So we're good on this one, but not to drive down to the river.
Let's see the difference between a prescribed burn and now an area that has not been done yet. That one got me.
I'm going to stir up that mud a little bit for you there.
He appreciates that.
And just like that, it all changes.
Yep, so this is the road that leads over to the general store. At one time this was a railroad grade. You can tell by the nice straightness and the ditches on both sides. There was a heavy amount of turpentine industry in here, and somewhere back here there was a big turpentine camp. The town of Richloam had a stop with a post office and a very old general store, and that is where we're going to, because this general store is still open. Well, we've arrived at the Richloam General Store and Post Office. This building is one of the last standing buildings from the town of Richloam. That paved road we just came down, that was part of the railroad grade, which means the railroad grade went right through there, the old railroad cross. But we're going in to take a look at Richloam General Store. And is your name Joe?
I'm Tim.
He's actually Tim.
Tim, there's another Tim. Hey, how y'all doing? Well, this is Richloam General Store.
Yes.
What bit of history from Richloam do you have to share with us today?
Well, let's see. This
You
is
want
the
me to- Go ahead.
this is the original 1928 building. It's all the original metal inside and out, all the original doors, and we're the original family that's always owned and operated it.
And this is
My granddaughter.
granddaughter.
And her father's the one. Eric is the one that restored the building and got it back to them.
Wow.
And on the National Historical listing. So
Well, you need to stop at this store when you're wheeling in Richloam. And I have a gentleman here named Tim. He's going to give us a little story about some history here in this general area.
Well, the original store was built in 1922 as a wood frame building. In 1928, the store was robbed and it was burnt down because it had the post office in here and it was a federal offense to rob the store. So, and it worked because we still don't know who robbed the store. So when they built the store back, they built it back in metal so they couldn't burn the store down again. And they actually probably did us a favor, because if the building would have been in wood, it probably wouldn't be here today. So with it being metal, it'd probably be here another 100 years.
That's good.
But at that time, there was 400 farmers out here that grew cucumbers, and they depended on the store here. There was a packing house out back, and there was also a train depot here. And this area right here, the Orange Belt Railway used to come through here. This was a spur off the Orange Belt Railway, and it went from Sanford to St. Petersburg. And it was the Atlantic Coastline train would come through here, and it would let off the mail and take the mail, and they would, the farmers would pack up their cucumbers here in the packing house and ship it off on the train. They take 2 train carloads of cucumbers out of here every day.
Cool, cool, very cool. A little bit of history, and you know that's what we're about. I have run into so many people recently that appreciate the history on the trail ride, and so we're here and we're gonna find food. You got boiled peanuts today?
we have boiled peanuts.
Oh, they got boiled peanuts. I can eat those today. What'd you find?
Cherry jam and grape jelly.
Cherry jam and grape jelly. And what'd you find? What is this?
It's a cake burnt pan. Amazing.
And it looks heavy.
Heavy.
Wow. I remember those.
I'm just thinking.
Y'all remember the gyro wheel?
Thinking van.
Oh, we definitely got to get that. And look, you can get ant farm, slinkies, pan flutes, tiddlywinks. If you know what tiddlywinks are, you're officially old. You see, when we were kids, we didn't have games, so we had these little teeny pieces of plastic, and you would push down on the side of them with another piece of plastic and see who could jump them around. It's called tiddlywinks.
She's still looking. She's still looking.
She started, it's all we did.
bacon, cheese. Whew. Randy, you gotta find some pickled okra. Over here. Is there any pickled okra in there? So when you come to a little store like this, you are actually supporting a local family and a local business, and that's really good for the economy. I know you can go to Walmart, and I know you can order stuff off Amazon, but there's stuff in this store that you're not going to be able to find anywhere else, including ice cream. Well, you can find that elsewhere, but not this ice cream. What'd you find? What'd you find?
Bologna bites?
Bologna
Bologna
bites.
bites. I don't know what, I really don't want any, but
Yeah, you do.
I'd rather have ice
There's
cream.
pickled okra too.
You know, out here, the cows ran wild in the woods. And so a good cow dog was like a tractor to them. And so what happened was a guy stole the farmer's dog. They reported it to the sheriff. The sheriff come out to arrest him. And so what he did was he shot the sheriff, and then he backed the sheriff's car up over him and left. And then of course he headed towards Ocala. They caught him and was bringing him back, and somehow he ended up in the river.
In the 1940s, I'm not exactly sure what exact date.
1940s?
1940s.
Dr. Pepper machine. Hey Matt, there you go. You need one of those for your shop.
Okay, the owner of the store, his name is Sid Brinson. I believe he's buried over there in the cemetery.
Let's go take a
The
look.
store has actually been in the family for 3 generations.
3 generations. Not too far from the Richloam General Store is another historical marker. This is the site of the former Schroeder Land and Timber Company's clubhouse. John Schroeder, owner of the company, purchased large tracts of land in Hernando and Pasco counties, including the area later known as Richloam. Built around 1916, the clubhouse served as both the company headquarters and the home of its foreman, Lucius Sidney. Sid Brinson. SLTC used much of the land for logging and turpentine production. Other parts were sold to prospective farmers. They used to grow cucumbers out here. The company brought buyers to the area on a train nicknamed the Goat. So that was the Forestry Tower out at Richloam. You cannot go up in it. It is closed off to people going up. And I would not recommend it because the wood got a little bit rotten and it's kind of sketchy. Now we're heading over to another historical marker out here in Richloam, to a place that I've never been before. Let me tell you something I've always loved since I was a little kid. Boiled peanuts. And that is something that we get every time we go to that Richloam General Store. And I do like the Cajun ones. They're pretty spicy.
That's a different sign. Please drive slow, dust control.
So there's another historical marker about 3 miles down the road, and it's the Clay Sink Cemetery, Baptist Church, and school. This was the one-room schoolhouse. Right next to the cemetery is the Baptist Church. And this Baptist Church still holds services on Sundays. So you can come and see this church on Sundays. The stone is placed in honor of the first burial in Clay Sink Cemetery, 1873. Let's sister killed and scalped by Indians about 1850 at Little Withlacoochee River in Hernando County. Sid Lewis, 1856 to 1933. Robert F. Wilson, Florida F1 U.S. Navy, World War I. Jesse Lee Wilson, Florida, private, 1st Provisional Division Brigade, World War I. 1888 to 1962.
Bert P. Motley, 2nd Corps, Company I, 9th Florida Infantry, CSA, 1825 to 1885.
I like to go into the cemeteries and see what history is here. These people have left this life, but many of them would have had incredibly interesting stories to tell. So it's always interesting to find the history of an area based on the cemetery.
There she goes. There she goes.
I gave you enough.
Yeah. Yeah, she posed. Posed for a while.
Yeah,
Whatever.
she said, I gave you enough. Look.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good picture.
Yeah. She said, now I'm going to my house. Leave me alone.
This is North Carter Pond Road, and it's undergoing some renovations. We got some food, and while the music's down, it's not going crazy. So tell me, what is this?
Chicken pincho.
Chicken pincho and tostones, empanadas. I don't know what that is. Another empanada, some bread. I don't know. It looks like a really good fried Twinkie.
Surullo.
Yeah, that's the pincho. It's like chicken, some barbecue sauce, and then there's a bunch of more food over here. Hey, thanks for joining us on this video. We're at Papa's Pincho.
Papi's Pinchos.
Papi's Pinchos, eating lunch. That was Richloam. We got stuck. We had recoveries. We went to the general store, the graveyard, the Forestry Tower. Thanks for joining us. I'm Matt.
Emma?
Erica?
And I'm Don.
And I'm Randy.
and you've been on a Florida Jeep ride, off-road travels. Hey, we'll see you on the next trail.